Unfortunately, because this business is mine and because I started it from scratch, I tried to do things that my competitors don't do. And at some point, I went to have my car programmed. Before I started all this, I saw that they lied to me and I didn't like it. I come from a different school than the Greek tuners who all just focus on more pressure. Here, it's always more boost, just keep increasing the pressure. I haven't broken the car and I'm saying it on camera so people can hear it so they can criticize me, but I don't mind. A customer can't come out and say, he broke my car, because I haven't broken any. Greece had no website where you could select your model and get a price. Now that I made one, there are a lot of people who copy me. They copy everything I do. They copy my logo. They copy what I say. They copy my videos. They copy the way I do it. So I have no reason to program someone's car just to get some money and to take the money. And then what? They call me and say they want their money back? Even though I've stopped showing and done everything, have I stopped invoicing? No, I prefer to let the car go if I don't like something. Don't you know how I turn them away? You have no idea? I do it in a harsh way, but I tell them, but now the car isn't for me, it's for someone else. So, welcome then.
Here we have a really powerful car. I've never seen a car like this before.
Did they set up the scene for you? Yes.
McLaren, I see here, I don't know what model, Artura. Artura is really powerful. Welcome to FtaklakisTalks. In today's episode, I have with me Giorgos, who is the founder of the company RaceRoms, which deals with car modifications. Giorgos, thank you very much. I was really glad. Hi.
Are you well, my friend? Good. Well, it's good to be here then.
Here we have a really powerful car. I've never seen a car like this before.
It impresses you like a scene.
McLaren, I see here. Not sure which model. Artura?
Artura?
That's very powerful. I don't know now if they'll focus on us or on the teams.
I thought I'd set up a nice background now in case people want to see the car. Yeah.
So, Giorgos, I really want to know your story. How did you reach this level? Giorgos, I want you to tell me a bit. Can we go back to your childhood a little? In general, what did you do when you were young?
I'll tell you. I remember my dad had brought a computer home. My dad had a clothing workshop, so he brought a computer because he wanted one at home. When the workshop closed, he had it at home for the summer. It had all his accounting files in it. What? At least that's how I remember it. He wanted a computer. So as soon as he brought it in front of me, he brought it so I could learn to use computers. Now, what can I tell you? It must have been 90 ages ago. 92, 93.
How old were you back then?
8 years old, 9. 8 years old. Or at least, if I don't remember correctly, 2 or 3 years, give or take. When he brought the computer and I saw it, I was amazed. Blah, blah. I said, what is this? Next, I removed the monitor, since computers back then sat this way, not that way. I removed the monitor, then used a screwdriver to open the computer. I opened it up to see what it looks like inside. I removed a few jumpers, and then the computer wouldn't start. So, I tried to remember how everything was inside. I put them back the same way, and the computer started. The truth is, that's when I realized what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a computer guy for life. So, if you need hardware, I'll handle the hardware for you. I come from a family that was into technology, but I went in that direction. Yes. I completely finished as far as I succeeded in networks. So networks were what excited me. I was never really a hardware person. I was more into software. The only hardware I had to deal with was, let's say, I really wanted to try to build my own. NSP. You know what I mean? NSP or Cosmote Forthnet back then, or whoever it is. ISP, Internet Service Providers. The internet service providers are the ones who get internet from the NSP. I wanted to make a bigger company than all of them. What are you saying? Yeah? So I realized from a young age that I wanted to work with customers. It was something that attracted me since I was little.
Did you truly mean what you said? Yes, but it required a huge budget.
I'll tell you. I remember back then my computer science teacher at school, Mr. Christitis, he used to leave me the keys to the lab, and I could go in. I'd go in and download music. I mean, the computer was my love.
You were with the VC all day long.
So at some point, I bought a computer. My dad bought me a computer. One thing led to another, and whatever I thought about always had to do with that. I know what you're going to ask me. You're going to ask me, how did vehicle optimization start? Yes, first, did computer optimization start?
Yes, and that's how we did it.
With the tasks. We did overclocking. What is overclocking? You have a computer, basically a processor, which runs, let's say, at 1 GHz, and you make it run at 1.5 GHz.
With some modification,
Changing the coolers, changing the way it works, you lowered the latency, or. I personally really enjoy optimizing a system. Yes, that's how this came about too. I mean, I like to optimize something that already exists. So that's how the work with cars started. Honestly, I never thought I could ever work on cars. But around 2014 or 2015, when I started to realize that this could actually happen, that's when I started.
so Georgos, you started by working full-time with PCs, with computers.
Yes, and I also did service on mobile phones.
Are you talking about when you were a minor, or had you come of age and were doing this professionally? Look,
Unfortunately or fortunately, my brain had forgotten a lot of things from when I was a kid. But I got my first job with a man, Mr. Mihalis back then. Hello, Mihalis. The man was servicing computers. I think I had just finished school, right? Yeah. The man trusted me. From the first week, he told me, "Take the keys, I'm going to start another company." Yeah. And he trusted me to fix his computers. Okay, no matter how good you are, you're 18 years old. Suddenly, from one day to the next, you have responsibilities. Obviously, we did what all 18-year-olds do. We went out, we did things, we had fun. I wasn't an easy character, but with Michalis, we did good work together. The truth is, no one ever taught me how to build a computer. Everything came from just thinking about it myself. I had a computer problem at the office, and I would say, I'd go home, sleep, and by morning have the solution. I'd think about it in my sleep. It just came to me. Everything is logic. The algorithms we were taught said or, if, right? There was nothing else that could exist in between. So machines are, they're just logic, nothing else. So I found myself many times in my life solving things just because I thought them through well.
I'll ask you about AI later.
You'll definitely tell me. Don't bother. I didn't get involved. No, I'll tell you about AI too. I don't like it, but all right then.
Let's go now. What jobs did you do to make money?
Well,
Since you were young, did you also study?
I'll tell you. Yes, I graduated in computer science from computer science. So, a little before I went to the army, I worked for a month. I tried to work at a bar. It wasn't for me in general. You know what? I was never the kind of person who was made to be an employee. I just wasn't. I worked for a while there with Mihalis. I don't remember. It must have been about a year and a half, but then I decided that I needed to have something of my own.
Where did you go?
Halkidiki for a bar? Yes. At Fridays? How did that happen? Back then. We used to go eat there with my girlfriend at the time. Are you talking now?
20 years ago?
We went to eat 20 years ago with my girlfriend. I came and there was a very cheerful waiter. And he says to me, "Do you maybe want to work here?" And he left us 2 resumes and me. The truth is, I was a bit of a rebel back then. I didn't want to work because I was about to go to the army. So we filled out the resumes and they hired me. They didn't hire my girlfriend. And I went to work for 15 days. I don't do things like that. I'm a person, you know what I want? I want a dark office without too many lights, with 10 screens, cables, that's it. I don't even want to talk if I could make myself want to. I mean, what I do at work, sitting and presenting my work, it's not something I was looking for. I don't like publicity. I don't like the fact.
But it helps as it is.
Nor do I like the fact that I go out and people greet me. I'm not some celebrity.
It's just necessary.
No, I'll tell you, I don't do it to promote my work. I do it because I like it. The customers should know what they're getting, to know what they got. I don't work behind closed doors and tell the customer, "Bring me your car, leave it here for 3 days and then take it." That's a no. I'll sit down and explain to him, "You know what? You have issues here, you have issues there, you need to do this, you don't need to do that."
So it's another reason.
Reason I believe that RaceRom has reached this point in such a short period of time. It's because all my competitors work in the shadows. I mean, they don't like to reveal things. They lie to customers to some extent because many of them don't do the work themselves. Someone else does it for them. We who want to work on cars and want to do this job don't want to hide behind others. Unfortunately, because this business is mine and because I started it from scratch, I tried to do the things my competitors don't do. It bothered me since I also had my car tuned at one point. Before I started all this, I saw that they lied to me and I didn't like it, and that's when I decided I would do this job. Yes.
It really is nice to present. I mean, the videos are interesting.
I aim to provide them with information, not just say, the car arrived, so and so got this much horsepower, goodbye. I will also tell them a few things about the car, things that the dealership doesn't tell them, things that are being hidden from them. Because they want their cars to break down, so they have work. You understand? So it's a bit, like a game of cat and mouse.
So, tell me a bit about your jobs. Were you still working there at Fridays?
Yes, I tried to work for a month at Fridays, but I couldn't make it. Then I went to Michalis where I worked and we shipped computers. Basically, at that time, the internet was booming, internet cafes. So, since there were internet cafes in Thessaloniki, we would go and send them to villages nearby. I remember we had to do it because ADSL wasn't available in the villages yet. And because ISDN back then was a headache, you would connect to the internet and then the bill would come. Let's not even talk about it. We went and set up directional antennas kilometers away to bring a permanent internet connection to the village. I mean, I remember the last thing we did, we set up an antenna in Sindos and we went up to Pozar. We're talking about kilometers here, so we set up one antenna on a building in Sindos and one in Pozar. And we got internet. They had a link. We got internet so we could have internet in the village without having ISDN. Yeah, so suddenly you understand that cafe that had to have ISDN and pay for it stopped, so the profits started, and those were good times. The truth is, I miss all that many times, but okay, yeah, back then I was a kid. I think differently now. I do different jobs now. I handle different things now.
So you did that and you stuck with it.
So I worked for Michalis, right? And when I finished with Michalis, I started my own.
With the cars, what happened?
No, it didn't start.
The cultivators?
Yes. I opened my own shop where I service cultivators and I kept it for quite a few years.
Did you get tired of it?
I never got bored of it, not even late at night. If you call me with a computer problem, I'll usually tell you how to fix it. If I don't fix it myself, then yes. I like working on engines. It's not something that bothers me. I'll never get bored of it. Of course, computers compared to cars are something that, I'll fix it, it'll give me some satisfaction, but this gives me a different kind of satisfaction. Why? And for the customer to take it. I have a lot of customers who come by here all the time and bring us sweets, bring us food, they bring us things, they're happy with what we give them. A car that was missing something, but now it's complete.
Is it a different relationship with the customers?
Yes, we do. We have a good relationship with the customers. We're not just formal.
Let's say...
No, you know what? We're not an impersonal company where someone can't reach me, someone can't talk to me and things like that. I talk to nearly all customers unless I'm very busy. It's hard for me to leave my office since I usually continue and handle things there. The customer wants to have personal contact with the person who is doing the work for them. Because with any job today, with a plumber or electrician.
So, now I want us to get to the point. When did you start the company?
Well, Dela, what do you mean? I started around 2016.
2016, so 10 years?
10 years? So you're saying 2016.
And with cars, how did you get started?
I'll tell you, computers were my big love, but the next thing that drove me was the car. I always wanted to have a nice car. I always wanted to be able to get a nice car. The truth is that in the background, I had a father who used to race in rallies. Who, back when things were much better, used to change cars every 6 months. So...
And good cars.
He had nice cars? Yes. So one thing led to another. On one hand, the computers. on the other hand, the car. When I combined both together, it was the
So do you have photos of the old cars?
yes. The truth is, you know what? I do this wrong and I don't capture things. I don't take many photos, but I have them, as nice as memories, my child memories, ready to go. So the way I learned to program the car was completely not by chance, completely. One day came, ready to go. When I realized that I could optimize this system in various ways, I said, this is what I'm going to do. And that's how I started it. I started it slowly, slowly. At first, I did it for my friends, and they told me, hey, man, you do it better than the people who do this every day.
Like because you loved it?
I don't know if I did it because I loved it. You know what? In my job, everything has to do with perception. You need to know why the car is making that noise. You need to know why the car is calibrating. You need to know why the car won't go further. I come from a different school than Greek tuners who all rely on pressure. Go, give it pressure, give it pressure, give it pressure, give it pressure, boom. I haven't broken the car and I'm saying it on camera so people can hear it so they can criticize me, but I don't mind. A customer might come out and say, I tuned my car, why hasn't it broken? Well, because I believe your car should be a tool, you should be able to drive it and use it every day. Well, of course, we're in Greece. When someone brings me a car, cars that have 200,000 kilometers, something is always going to come up at any moment. But if we were in an ideal world, like if we were in Switzerland, let's say, where all these cars are new, we wouldn't have any problems at all. Zero damage, zero. All this happens because when you program a car, there's a logic in its brain. If you follow its brain, it's very hard. According to its logic, it's very hard to cause damage. Of course, now you know about the issue of damage. For example, I have customers every day who tell me people on Instagram and TikTok. And in all this, why? Because we have a lot of followers now. There are people who see you every day and think they know you and they think they can talk to you as if they're your friends. Yeah, a lot of times their comments don't affect me, to be honest. But there are also times when they write something that bothers me. Because they don't know me. They don't know what I'm like as a person. They don't know that, for example. And then you program the car and then you blow it up. Dude, I don't want to wreck it for you to blow up the car. I want to make it better for you to enjoy it. And I ruin your cars. I ruin them. What? The car is made to break down? If the manufacturer made a car that never broke down, he wouldn't have a job. How would I make sales? It's not possible. It's a game, Everything is connected. Your car will break down 100% no matter what you do to it. It will break down in the first year, the fifth year, or at some point. However, so we're not trying to break a car that's already made to break down. Exactly. We want people to say that we are reliable. We want them to say that. We want them to recommend us to their friends. I mean, when I fix your car, of course, you should tell all 10 of your friends that, I went to Jorgos and he did a great job on my car. So, many times we have customers here who tell me, give it a little more, man. No, my friend, your car will leave here the way I want it to. If you want to have it done somewhere else, go somewhere else because, you have the number of so and so. He does more than I do. Go ahead. It's fine. It's a free market.
Jorgos, now I want to ask you, when you decided to start this company, did you have in mind that you would specialize so much in this? How did you picture it in your mind?
My friend, did this company start as a joke? I never had in mind that I would end up in this, And the truth is, I don't believe I'll retire from this either. I don't see it as something temporary, but I really did start it as a joke.
So should I assume you initially saw it as just a simple repair shop?
No. At first I had nothing. I didn't even have a shop. I had a bag with a laptop and a tool, and I would go to customers and program their cars myself. So basically I had made a page on Facebook, I had made a logo, and I did some ads back then. RaceRoms, always.
How did that name come about?
I'll tell you. ROM stands for read-only memory. The computer, the brain of your car, has a flash or a ROM, as you might call it, which we read and write. So essentially, RaceRoms are racing flashes. So what we do is I read your file, right? I modify it and write it back. So as a result, the ROM of your ECU is now different. So basically racing files. The name was, the truth is, it doesn't bother me even today. Even though things usually bother me and I change them, the logo bothers me. I want to see everything looking good. That's the second logo you see. The old logo was different. You just know how it is. Because I'm the kind of person who notices everything, and because I like to fix everything, I'm the only one in Greece right now with the most complete catalog on my website, right? Rations.com, just so you know.
I saw you're in Rhodes too. Yes, we have a shop there. I'm from Rhodes.
Thank you.
Where is it?
It's between Lindos and Sairi, basically at Sairi. And
And is it like that? I mean, is it the same place somehow? Or is it,
was it Hatzimichalis or was it Mercedes?
I think there? Yeah, okay, that's how the place is. I mean, do you keep the same brand?
Yes, we do everything the same.
And also, Athens now, is it new?
No, the store in Athens has been closed for 4 or 5 years.
Okay, and I saw that you have a lot of professional stuff on your page.
So,
Listen now, I guess you might be following too.
I'm the one who made the page, right?
Got it?
My page right now is in its fourth version. I started this one in 2019, I remember with...
What do you make on the page?
Is the page written in Laravel?
Oh, not WordPress and Cleanline?
No, we use WordPress at school. My page is completely custom. It's Laravel. Also, I work with NUX Next, with many APIs, with a lot of that stuff. Now I've made it completely automatic. I imagine that the server I use for hosting doesn't have a panel either. So how do you do it?
That?
I host it myself? I mean, it's all made by me, all the software, everything? Yeah, listen now. When I wanted to start the site and build it, no one in Greece had a site where you could go in, select your model, and get a price. No one. Now that I made it, there are a lot of people who copy me. They copy everything. Whatever I do, they copy my words. They copy the pages.
Well, now with AI, it's super easy.
They copy what I say. They copy my videos. They copy the way I do it. Now, how the video started and became what they became. At some point, my wife and I... She got pregnant with twins. At the time, I managed alone at my small shop and could just barely keep up.
Were you here?
No, we were on the other side of the city. So since I had to stay at home for a few months, I needed someone to hire to run the shop. Because can I, wherever I am on the planet, make the file for you? Right now, we have 12 staff members. I can be away. I can be anywhere I want. So, can we read your car? Have you come? Have you arrived to program their car for them? So, you can come. Yanis or anyone else will sit here, read your file, send it to me. I'll fix it and send it back to you. So, my physical presence is not needed. I have the laptop ready. I have my tool ready. Whatever is needed, I can fix it. Yeah, so I taught him then how to read the car, how to send it to me, so why should I stay at home? So with this man, we were friends for many years and we had a lot of fun. We joked around, we did all sorts of things. And at some point we were at the shop. After we had our children and I had returned to work. And because we used to joke around, I said, shouldn't we get a photographer to show these things? Because, having fun matters to people, of course, but when you show at work that you only have fun, people see you differently, right? Yes.
It changes your mind.
It changes your mind. I mean, it makes you look like a joker. So, I'm a person who likes seriousness and likes to have everything in order. My friend was more of a joker, so I didn't want to appear in the videos. He would show up instead, right? Well, with that joking attitude and all, suddenly we saw that the followers increased and it brought us work.
You can't keep up now, right?
We definitely have plenty of work. No, she doesn't care. I complain and, do you want me to elaborate on the fact that I have two? Every day, permanent ones, mainly for him, since you never know if the car will actually come to you. He showed up one fine morning. Hello, I'm here. I want you to fix it for me like this.
Are you fixing this now or just for the video?
Have I just finished it?
What are you saying? Now?
Will I deliver it by Friday? Yes.
And let me know later what expensive cars you've worked on. I'll tell you.
You never know what will come up. So I couldn't have a videographer who is an external partner, come just once for us to do a car.
Is it yours? I mean, now?
It's mine. Yes, I live them every day here. So that's how it started, as a joke. That's how it all started, just so you know. But in my work, I don't joke around.
But what you're saying, I've seen it in many people, that when you start something because you like it, then there's progress. If you were doing it for the money, let's say, maybe you wouldn't have succeeded.
You know what? I kind of understand what you're saying. Well, why? The bigger a business gets, the more expenses it has. The expenses we have here right now, if I told you, your hair would stand on end. Thank you. I don't want to see customers as just money because I'm not interested in that whole thing. You know what? I get more moral satisfaction. When someone comes and says to me, "Hey man, what are you doing to my car?" Right? But without going overboard. I don't want to take a car that's worth 150 and make it 500. Isn't that my job? My job is to make programming mainstream for everyone. That's why I will never get into the process of doing what my competitors do. For example, taking a 20-year-old car that's made to run at 150 horsepower and making it 500. Without rebuilding the engine from scratch, without fixing anything, they just put a turbo on it. And whatever happens, I have to take a big risk with these things. It's 100% certain that it will break. So, a car, an engine though, that has been sealed by the factory, that has been built by the factory, hasn't been tampered with. If it changes hands again, then you can get really good performance out of it without reducing the engine's lifespan. So yes, that's something I like to do.
So, can you tell me a bit, in general, what kind of cars come here?
Look, that's kind of a tricky question, and I'll tell you why. Many times people comment below saying, "Hey man, you only post certain cars." Okay, let's say, how would we bring our Clio here? No, seriously, there's a chance I might get a Lada. I've actually had a naturally aspirated Lada come in before.
Is that an old one of ours? No?
No, it's not very old. It's from 2008, 2009. Yeah. Have I had cars come in? I'm not discussing people who message me about 60s and 70s cars with carburetors, which I have no involvement with.
But they bring those in too.
No, I explained to them that it can't be programmed, they can't be programmed. You know what? People don't know what can be programmed, or they don't know what kind of power can be gained. And let me tell you something else. It's not really their concern.
I don't know anything either. I don't know.
I imagine so. Some cars can get a lot of power, some cars will get less power. Does it usually have to do with the type of engine? If your car is naturally aspirated, what does naturally aspirated mean? The one that doesn't have a turbo. So, yeah, the power it will get is usually very little. As a result, many times it's not even worth doing it. A gentleman calls me, let's say, and says, "I want A3, the A3 1600 from 2005 that I have naturally aspirated." I say, "My man, if I do everything for you, it'll get 5 horsepower." "Oh," he says, "really? Thank you so much for being honest," because, he says, "I talked to someone in my neighborhood and he told me it would get 30. You get it? So we also lose customers, or we turn away a lot of cars that aren't ready for us, cars with problems.
But I believe it's worse to accept them and make a mistake.
Not even as a joke.
There you'll do crazy damage to Bradinos.
I wouldn't even tell you as a joke. Why me? Right now, while I'm in Dodadi, will my phone ring from any client telling me, "Oh, my car broke down"? At night, I'm at peace, just so you know. Just because I turn them away. I say, "Everything's fine, man. See my strength? Your car didn't work. Are you leaving?" "But where can I go? The car doesn't work." "Go to your mechanic, get it fixed, and when it's ready, come back so we can discuss it again."
Have you made any mistake that you can mention?
I'll tell you,
Mistakes do happen.
usually, my mistake is that many times I talk to customers and take them on, even when I shouldn't. "Please, man, I came from far away. Fix it for me, I'll figure it out." That customer forgets that I've told him he needs to fix his car. And then he calls me a year later. He tells me, "The car hasn't worked since you fixed it." I ask, "Did you fix what I told you to?" He replies, "Yeah, I was going to." Me, I want the customers' cars to work even better than they want, because that's how they'll bring me more people. So I have no reason to program someone else's car.
To get some money?
Take the money, then what? He later calls wanting it back. Even though I've issued receipts, even though I've done everything, I've issued invoices, and still no. I prefer to have the car taken in and be sure about it somewhere. If I don't like something, do you know how I get rid of them? You have no idea. I explain it's not for me, but for someone else, and I don't mean it negatively.
Me? You know what? But I don't understand, since I'm not an expert. Why would someone bring this car? Because the power is never enough, you know? If you have a car?
Horsepower is never enough, right? Yes, never. If you have a car with 300 horsepower and you make it 400 horsepower, you'll say, oh, that's really nice. And after 3 months, you'll say, maybe it needs more. That much? Yes. The others? No. That one, never. At least that's what I've learned. Now, you might say to me, what's been happening these last few days because they've changed the traffic code and the penalties a lot. Everyone is sitting and commenting below. And what are you going to do with them? What are they? Horses. And programming a car doesn't mean you have to race in public. Should I tell you what I do? I have a car that's 1,000 horsepower. So that doesn't mean I drive crazy, maybe. If you see me on the road, you'll never see me wanting to race. Never, let's say. I just got a ticket now from the Italian traffic police because on a road I was going 49 instead of 40. I didn't.
Speed. The camera catches you, I know.
Yeah, they sent it to me after I went in December. That's how they sent it to me now. That you were going at such and such speed, not more than that. For so many minutes, let's say, imagine I'm not the kind of person who speeds because I'm not going to tell you what we do. As a group of friends, we go on a trip abroad 2 or 3 times a year and we race our cars on tracks. And we also do a lot of track days at the Ceres circuit here locally. So that's where we go to relieve our stress. We don't go there to race on the street. I mean, where can I step on the gas with my car and really let it go? Where can I do that? And burnouts? Yeah, you understand, that's the kind of thing you can do there. So you understand the way to let off steam is not on the road, which is a public road. So, when people comment below saying, what is he supposed to do with that car and so much horsepower? And now the speed limit is 50. The limit was always 50. Nothing has changed, right? So the people who say these things are usually the ones who speed, usually the ones who have gotten tickets. I don't have a single ticket in Greece for speeding, not even one. The only ticket I have, if I remember correctly, is for crossing a double line. I had to overtake a tractor in front of me. Later, a police officer stopped me and I said, all right, give me the ticket. He says to me, and why did you overtake? Man, I was behind him for 10 minutes and we were going 30 on a road where the speed limit is 90. You get it, right? In any case, we go and let out our stress on the track.
I'm wondering if you've seen it on social media. A rich guy took his Bugatti. Did you see it?
I'll tell you what happened. He did it on the Autobahn. He was going at 400. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm talking about the guy who wrecked it.
No, I didn't see.
He took it out.
Her? And you're talking about Armstrong? I think he's filming the video now. That car crashed and they're trying to fix it.
Yeah, but they took it apart and saw what's inside. Like, the company is fooling everyone that they're using parts that cheap cars have, cheap stuff, really cheap.
Look, let me tell you something. The many times the
Bugatti makes its own parts, which cost 5 million if I'm correct.
Even with this car, if we take it apart and you'll see it might have something from what car was here the day before yesterday? They had a Porsche here, a GT4, which broke down. The little motor that sprays water on the windshield wipers, that motor is from a 2003 Golf 5. That worked for them, so they used it.
It's basically just the brand and...
Many times you'll see in cars parts from other cars that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, when you have something that works, there's no reason to remake it.
Yes or no, or make it more expensive just because...
Right, yes, it's not necessary.
Jorgos, I want to give you something a bit unrelated. Are you interested in developing yourself in other areas related to cars? Like, for example, doing other things as well?
The truth is that my job, because it's not seasonal.
And then can you tell me about the services you offer me?
Let me say, our job is offered to people who don't really need it, right? It's something extra. Yes, I won't say the word I have in mind because I don't want someone to hear it in the video.
Yes, but there are also those who are willing to get involved.
Don't say that to me. Some people come here at 65 or 70 and still program their own cars. Because they say, friend, I want to overtake, It's not just the young guy or someone wanting to get hurt. Yes, definitely not more than that. If you had a car and you brought it to me, you would understand that your car, it's safer when overtaking. Because you will overtake faster when you are overtaking. So, on a road like this, where you can overtake, if you overtake and your overtaking takes a minute because the car can't go faster, is it dangerous? Yes. But if you go out and do it in 10 seconds, though, you see what I mean? So, programming isn't there to cause damage or to break your car or to kill you. Many times it actually has more safety. What else were we saying?
About the services?
Services then? What I was telling you before, that I want to do another job. Yes, I want to open a repair shop, or at least that's what I say.
So you want to combine it like that?
Yes, I'll open a repair shop for cars that are hard to find in Greece, like those. So, for this car, do you need to go to Germany?
What are you talking about?
Yes, it has to be loaded onto a truck. You can't just put it on any truck that will accept it.
But how many such vehicles do we have?
80? At least, I know that Greece has about 80 McLarens, so think about it. There is a McLaren that left for Germany 3 months ago to get serviced. How much did it cost?
More than 20?
20,000 covered round trip transport. The service cost 80 to 80 something thousand. You understand? No one in Greece can do this personally, and neither can anyone in Italy.
Imagine, man.
I had to go to Germany.
Okay, if you're rich, you don't care.
It doesn't matter if you're rich or not, whatever it is. When you have to pay 120 grand to service your car, it stings, doesn't it? No matter how rich you are, it's still 120 grand. That's not a small amount, so you understand why I want to deal with such cars. Because I understand them. It's not like I'm going to ruin them.
But you definitely need a really big budget to set up this kind of workshop.
You need a budget, but the number one thing is to understand what you're dealing with. Okay, for example, when this guy, now the guys watching the video will definitely comment below saying, why man, does his service cost 100 grand? Changing the spark plugs requires removing the engine.
So there's this whole process involved?
Yeah, it's not something simple, is it? Like I lifted it, opened the cap, drained the oil, put in new oil, and that's it. It's definitely not like that.
So you'll probably get into other services as well in the future.
I've already arranged and I'm setting up a new shop right now, which will mostly have to do with supercars.
It's nearby, it will be close by.
We've secured a shop, but you never know what might happen. It could even become a museum.
That could even be like a museum, so to speak. Somewhere people walk in and admire it.
No, I'll just do it. The shop will be a surgery room. It won't be the classic garage where you walk in and see oil spilled everywhere, engines, stuff like that. Definitely not. No way. Well, I want to get into the garage business too, because that's my job. For someone who works on their car, who has the money to do it, and who doesn't have anything else to do. To tell you the truth, it's not necessary. Your car isn't broken and you have to fix it. You come to me to fix it if you want. So I want to get into the workshop to have a steady flow of work, you know?
Are you considering starting a cleaning service, perhaps?
Something? A laundromat?
A laundromat? Yes.
I wouldn't say it. I was saying it's not something that interests me.
Nor selling cars. Or let's say to promote.
Subtitles, author wave. Am I Bandit? No, Bandit does his job the way he's supposed to. I saw the latest one. Subtitles, author wave. Is he Bandito? I hope things are working out for the guy. I hope he's doing well, but I'm not involved. It's just sales. It's something I was thinking of doing, but not in the way you think. To go to Germany, bring cars and sell them? I wanted to get nice cars, fix them up and sell them. I even went as far as going to get an AMFA 45 in Germany. I brought it here, I fixed it up, I worked on it, did things like exhausts, and then I sold it. That's how it was. Maybe I'll think about doing that, but it's not something I have in my plans.
Also, it works now and someone else can use it for a day for a video shoot to show off. Cool guy or cool girl?
Wow, didn't we come to Dubai? First of all, yeah, okay. Secondly, when they go to Dubai, because I have friends who go to Dubai all the time, and they rent those cars for 300 euros a day and take them for a spin. And yeah, it's nice, but you won't see that in Greece. I'll explain.
If something stupid happens.
At the very least, if a bumper breaks, the bumper, from this, do you know how much it costs? What? The bumper, just a piece of plastic? 15 grand?
15 grand euros.
Let's say I have these cars and I've rented one to you. I've rented it to you for 1,500 euros a day, and I do one. Yeah, okay, the car is insured, but try calling the insurance company after and tell your grandma, I have a McLaren Artura and I crashed it. I want you to bring me a bumper. They'll tell you. They'll look for 1,000 ways not to pay you, and
To delay it as well. And you'll be left out and
the car will be out of service and you won't be able to rent it out. And it's not something that interests me. No.
what a shame, man. We would never have been able to drive it.
No, I went to Dubai and we drove around.
Yeah, alright then, okay? With the services I mentioned, did you say? So the services,
With the services, mostly we do tuning, right? That means we also fix problems related to DPF, EGR, AdBlue, and things like that. Now here in this place, since we also have a workshop, we can help with engines, with damages, or with anything else. We don't deal with the steering wheel, only the engine program. Crazy stuff. Is it wrong to tell you that if you want, I can put tires on for you? Now, with the customer who owns this car, we're discussing that the car has become quite powerful, and because it's rear-wheel drive. When you step on the gas and have the ESP turned off, you change lanes because the rear end, so it needs tires. I have a friend who is a specialist. I'm not going to tell the customer to go put on those tires. I'll send him to my friend who is a specialist, and I'll say he'll take care of it. You understand, we do one thing, and I want to do just one thing.
to be good.
To do it every day, right?
So, Georgos, I want to ask you, what mistakes do customers make when they want to modify their car?
Customers' biggest mistake is changing things they don't understand. What do? Also, intakes, filters, exhausts. Things that could cause me problems with his program. You know what? It's the biggest problem today. Chansi PT? Maybe Karaza says it, I'll say it.
Everyone knows everything now.
Besides the fact that everyone has now become the know-it-alls. Imagine that I have friends who are doctors. Does it hurt here? This one?
Yes.
You go in and ask Chansi Piti, man. Really? Now? And Chansi Piti gives you an answer, and then you send it to the doctor? To the doctor? Forget about me. I'm the very last. Pandusurnas to the doctor who spent his whole life on this. He studied so he can know what's wrong with you and be able to make a proper diagnosis.
That's how it is. Try to figure it out now.
This thing, I do it every day. All right.
This might be possible in a few years.
My friend, listen to me for a moment, but not now.
Whatever.
No matter what computing power it has, whether it's ChatGPT or any other AI that's out there, it can't replace the human factor. Do you know what the human factor is? Under no circumstances. I'll tell you, one day a customer came in like that and he says to me, could you do me a favor? I said, whatever you want. I want you to read my car, send me the file, and rewrite it. Basically, he wanted to have it programmed somewhere else, from what I understood, and then send me the file so I could rewrite his car. And I told him, it's not something I usually do, but if you want, I can do it for you. Without wanting to step on anyone's toes. So I asked him, who's going to make the program for you? And he tells me, ChatGPT. At that moment, I laughed. The client really believed that he could read the car, give the file to ChatGPT, ChatGPT would give him a file, and he could write it, and it might work. There's not even a 1 in a million chance, it will never happen. Unless, pay attention, ChatGPT, is it trained by people? So when a person trains it, how can it acquire human logic? It can't. It's impossible. So I explained to him, I say, sir, let's suppose that ChatGPT does this, although I don't know if it does. ChatGPT will give you a ready-made file and you'll just write it to the ECU. And what if something gets damaged? The ECU? Who will cover the damage? Will it be my fault or ChatGPT's? He asks why it would do that or make a mistake, since it does so much. What does it do that it answers you? How to cook your egg, how to boil it properly, for God's sake. Listen to me for a second. ChatGPT, yes, okay, it will replace Google search because it has a way to pull more things in less time. I accept that, but you can't give it knowledge that has to do with tuning. Let him see. If you see what I see when I open an old part from a car, the waveforms, and I have to teach all this to ChatGPT, to any AI, that you know what, this map you see here is a fuel map, this map you see here is a turbo map, this map you see here is a lambda map. And again, and even if I give it the logic, 99 times it will get it wrong.
Unless they create a specialized AI for this purpose.
So, will a car programmer make it?
Yes, 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 and it will come in and help you, right?
But who will get their hands dirty? Who will poke their own eyes out? You. Why?
If you do that,
Wait, why? Well, because I have this job and I feed my family with this work. Should they make an AI so they can have knowledge?
to sell it later for millions?
To whom? Oh, when it happens, I don't believe it.
Okay.
About that, you asked me earlier about AI, and I told you I don't like it at all because, of course, the information it gives you is limited. For example, last night I found myself wanting to change the computer on my desk because it started to get slow and I want a specific computer with specific features. And for the last 4 or 5 years, I haven't been following either Intel or AMD when it comes to their processors. That's because for many years I've only been working with a MacBook and I need a Windows PC so I can do the work I do. AMD has released so many processors that it's impossible to keep track of them, while Intel has a slightly smaller lineup. A share in processors. So how can you understand what an i3 is, what an i5 is, what an i9 and an i7 are? For example, AMD and Intel. We're talking about incredible chips.
It's gotten out of hand.
So I'm sitting and talking with Chance last night. It's true, and I tell him, you know what? I want these. I want this many cores. I want this much memory. I want. He gives me a result about the computer and tells me to get it, but the computer doesn't even exist. I tell him I looked for it and it's not there. He says, yes, you're right. I've searched for other things too. Look at this one. And when I did, I told him, but I asked you for something else. He replied, yes, you're right. When I ask him a direct question, he gives me 4 wrong answers. Should I trust this guy to fix my car?
No.
I wouldn't trust this guy to diagnose where my headache is coming from. Not at all. So, for everyone listening out there, Mato Theo, don't send me any more messages from ChatGPT, because not only do I understand them now and reply to them, many times I respond to the emails a bit sarcastically.
Yeah, that it's GPT.
Let's thank you on ChatGPT for writing the message, because the message is an exception. Yes, exotic. So ChatGPT is for other things, not for questions to professionals.
So definitely. All right. Georgos, have we forgotten anything about the business?
No, the business is currently operating in Greece. Our product is Greek. We don't buy the base from others.
Are you planning to expand overseas too?
We already have a store in Bulgaria. We already have dealers abroad.
Well, Bulgaria is a very strong place, I believe, for this. Used cars, right?
We already have dealers in Europe who use our software. But we don't send money abroad, right? Exporting is, anyway, everything is Greek. We're interested in doing everything here. We're not interested in sending money abroad, even if it could help us. Never. Yes, we only represent RaceRoms.
The software you said you've given, are you selling it?
I'll tell you this. I have a portal. A page where anyone who has done this work can register.
There, it's monthly.
No, it's with credits. You buy credits and you can buy a file at any time like that. For example, I have a client who is a corporation. Even on Zuzayay.
I think it's subscription based.
No. You who are anywhere in the world, have you read your car somehow? Can you send me the file so I can get it, fix it, send it back to you, you write it, and if needed?
How do you read it? But because you said earlier that GPT is wrong, are there tools?
That is, there are many tools that do only this job. They read from and write to cars.
And as soon as you get this data, you send your program. Okay, that's why you can work abroad as well.
I told you I can work anywhere on the planet.
But your clients are...
Mostly Greeks? Greeks? Yes.
But abroad they don't pay more money.
Look, there are other markets that are cheaper. There's this kind of cutthroat competition in England, for example, where now everyone makes files and sells the files for 20, 30, 50, 100 euros. It's because there's a lot of competition.
Of course.
The quality of the files is very bad. Nevertheless, there are many customers in England who say, I bought it. The 100 euro program, do you put a 100 euro tune in your car? A 100 euro program that was sold to you by someone who is an intermediary. So you got it for 20 or 30, put it in your car, and we're happy? Good for you. I have nothing to add. Go ahead. When something happens, look for him and try to find him to sort things out. Yeah.
Alright then, where do you see RaceRoms going?
Well done. That's a really good move. I want to have dealers all over the world. Right now, I'm talking to someone about opening a shop in Saudi Arabia.
With a sheikh?
Sheikh? No,
Is it close?
courtier? I would say, this client is in Jeddah and we're discussing opening a shop there.
It's chaos over there.
Arab money, so totally different things.
So if you go there, I totally believe.
Look, when I find some time, because unfortunately, we are growing right now in the business, so I don't have time.
You're here now, and let's say it's March 25th, right? Are you here? Others are on vacation now. It's just another day elsewhere.
Man, listen, this might sound a bit weird now, and everyone down there is going to call me out. But I used to work on Sundays too. I've never taken vacations in my life. I don't know what summer is like. Sitting around for 15 days, I haven't learned any of that.
Because you like this so much?
I'll tell you about summer. What do I do in the summer when everyone else goes on vacation? I sit in the office upstairs and attend seminars from people who are at a higher level than me, and I take seminars.
So you keep learning more.
Of course, I never stop attending seminars. You should know, even now, every month, every week, or every 2 weeks, I attend seminars with different people around the world. Because you know what? I like everyone. The way each person plans and programs is a different strategy, so you always have something to gain.
Yes.
But I want different strategies.
That's nice, and it's good to always have that mindset to evolve.
I don't just sit around. I'm not the kind of person who says, I have a company. Is it working? That's not me. No.
Not even close, no.
That's why I have cars like these. Yes.
Otherwise, you'd be with the Fiats.
Otherwise, I would have made a Fiat Clio. Far from us.
Sorry for the Fiat fans.
Guys, but keep them away from us.
Now, I want Giorgos to give one last message before we move on to the audience questions. A message you'd give to the people watching us.
To the people who want to start doing this job, or to the people who are just watching us in general?
In general, if you want to.
They shouldn't be afraid to work on their cars. We don't work on them to ruin them, we work on them to make them more enjoyable and durable.
Let's say, no, you don't do it.
You can't make it more durable with software, but you can make it more enjoyable. In 101% of the time, our car will break down no matter what we do, but at least if it breaks down, we'll have enjoyed it more. You see, that's what I tell customers. If you care about whether it will break down, if it will do this or that, you're always afraid, and will you enjoy your car? Enjoy it. It's metal, guys, it's iron. If we're stressing about our cars, we probably don't have real problems. There are people who are sick. There are people in hospitals who can't even think about what we're doing right now, day by day.
This is nothing compared to health.
This is nothing. Fix your cars so people can enjoy them. Some people tell me, I would never do what you're doing. But why? Is it his pleasure? Maybe that person has a different taste, something else. But for us, who are car people, yes, or to see. Is it impossible for me to go and get a car? I have bought a car, a new one. It has happened to me. I have gone to the dealership to get it. I sat outside for 10 minutes, he fixed it, and I left. I didn't even take the car to the factory. I never showed it. Well, of course, say, am I me?
Yes, you have the knowledge.
Which is not a matter of knowledge, it's that I can't have it. Stock. Yes, you understand, Jorgos. I don't know if you can talk about such personal matters, but I'll ask you, you who dedicate so much time, work-related?
Yes, you understand, Giorgos. I don't know if you can talk about such personal matters now, but I'll ask you. You who dedicate so much time to your work because now you, so much time to your work because now you, so much time to your work because now you, did your kids call you too? Do you feel like you're sacrificing your family?
100 for...
Your work, let's say?
Yes, because there's an issue, you have to feed them.
Yes, do you think a man, let's say in a family, should do that? I mean, focus on bringing in the money or whatever? And the woman, let's say, shouldn't work, especially when she has small children. I understand that it's also.
She shouldn't work, especially when she has small children. I understand that it's also a psychosomatic issue. You need to work so you don't have stress, when you're stuck inside the house all day, you go crazy, right? Isn't that so? Yes, it is. It's the father's duty to do that.
But do you give some hours that you dedicate to work? I try for your family. Family?
I don't know about that. I don't know. Many homes where children are raised with their parents there, with their father there. Unfortunately, yes. Usually it's the mothers. Yes.
So shall we go to audience questions? Did you also give the message earlier?
Yes? Okay.
I think you closed it, huh? Did we close it?
Theoretically.
So, let's go to the questions. Good evening. How can someone get into this field? Is there a school, seminars? Should you do this on the side too?
Look, they ask me for it a lot, and in the end, I'll turn it into courses, even though I don't want to. I'll do it.
Ready to record them? And finally, no.
I'll do them here. I'll gather people. I don't know. Once the component.
$5,000 and it would be installed?
I don't know how much it will cost. It just has to be.
It's highly specialized knowledge.
You know what? You can't teach someone or yourself to program in just 3 days.
No, you need months.
Since you're inexperienced, you have to.
Get hands-on practice, right?
Yes, some days I'll definitely do it. How do you get into this field? Did we say? Do you have to be bitten by the bug? Look, there are people. Let's say things as they are. If someone asked me now, with the mindset I have, if I would want to do this job, it's very likely I wouldn't consider it. You don't know. It takes a lot of time. It requires you to stay up at night. Do you know how many times I come home and open files just to work on them without any reason, without having to do it? I could do it the next morning, but that's not how my mind works.
Did he ever sleep here?
Not yet. No, it's okay. No, I've left at 4 in the morning though, and I've come back at 7 in the morning. That happens when I have a brand new car that's just been unlocked at that time and I'm one of the first to do it. It really happens to me that I leave at 4 in the morning. Since no one is around and I'm not bothering anyone, I'm alone on the dynamometer making files.
So I'm moving on, huh? The most expensive car you've built?
Black Series AMG EMF 8 Ferrari Viren 296 GTB.
Were those Greeks who owned them?
No, there are also people from abroad.
They come here with their cars?
Yes.
The other guy lives in Germany and comes here often. It's crazy.
What else can I tell you? Okay? We have cars that are expensive.
Worth $1 million, let's say?
Yes.
All right, let's move on then. What is the worst category of customers?
What is the worst category of customers? You know what? I'm always on the customer's side, right? The customer is always right, as they used to say. I'm not always on the customer's side, for example, in some situations. When they come to me with written text from ChatGPT, are you going to act like the car expert with me? Come on, come, let me fix your car. I know how to fix the car. I'll fix it for you just like I fixed my own, okay? Also, there are customers who have a friend who knows. I noticed this at my previous job too, when they brought in their computers, right? Yeah, the phone call would go like this. Hey man, I have a problem with my computer. Yeah, tell me what it is. Well, my friend who knows came yesterday and did something and fixed it. It works, where the phone call was. Hey man, I have a problem with my computer. Yeah, tell me what it is. Well, my friend who knows came yesterday, did something and now it doesn't work. Your friend who knew, he didn't know. So, because our job is to fix cars every day, we know much better than their friends what their cars need. There are customers who have knowledge, who come and tell me, man, at that point my car has a flat spot. Can we fix it? If someone asks me to fix something and I can, I'll fix it and they'll let me know. That's how it works. ChatGPT, I want a program that is safe for the gearbox so it doesn't cause me problems with overboost, blah. The same thing he says every time. Alright, messages from ChatGPT. Do I have to get, what can I say, 20 a week? Please don't send me messages from ChatGPT or have others message me. If you have a question, just ask directly. The worst customer is the know-it-all who ultimately knows nothing.
What has he studied overall? All of them?
Did we already say that? Yes, a person who's been into buses all his life, obsessed with cars.
With cars, did you study anything? Not just the courses you mentioned, or have you not paid for them yet?
No, the scenarios I'm working on have nothing to do with engineering, with mechanics. It's something else.
Yes.
No, they're only related to programming.
I want to bring my car in for a program, but it's not listed as a gasoline model on your site. What should I do?
If you don't have it on the site, it's very likely it's naturally aspirated and older technology, and I probably don't even program it. For someone like that, there's no reason to do it, even if it gains 2, 3, 5, or something else.
It's not worth it. What advice does he give young people interested in this field?
I answered you yes. You know what? I'll tell you. People don't understand that to reach the level we're at right now, the money I've spent is out of this world. If we talk about this job for 10 years, if it's made me money, I would easily say no, because whatever I make, I put it right back in, and I put it into HD Plus next to it. I invest because I have all the tools, everything, dynos, shops, all of that. Nobody wanted to give me everything, nor did I have someone to tell me, take them, take them. I did it all on my own. Will I theoretically make money when I finally have everything? Which is impossible. I'll never have everything, and the business keeps running the way it does. Eh?
Do you want to talk about him? Because will they ask about the situation?
Look, was it the tattoo? I have a lot of tattoos. I didn't get them because it was a trend. It was something that, at the time I got them, meant something to me.
Are you younger, let's say?
And I was younger too, but it was a way for me to express myself. That thing I did back then, maybe it was unbeatable.
Now, is that it? Probably? Yes, it is.
It's big. I'll tell you the truth. If I could turn back time right now,
Would you do it?
would I get tattoos everywhere, even where they can't be seen? Would I have them up to here? Yes, I'd have them all over, but not visible. But they were visible.
Why? Just like that? But
Because there are people who stigmatize you for no reason? I mean, does my tattoo make me less educated? Or a bum or whatever? You know, there are still people who have a mind. Centuries old, but let's not discuss it further. I don't think a tattoo is something that should be judged.
how stressful is it to work on expensive cars?
You know what happens? Everyone thinks I just walk in, press a button, and everything works out perfectly just like that, you know? If someone could understand that,
I never had surgery, just so you know.
this car has been here for 2 weeks. If I showed you how much work it takes to program this car, you'd say, man, it's worth it. You have to remove the side panels to get to the engine's brain. So what's the problem with McLaren cars? If you program them through the OBD. The OBD is a port they have under the dashboard. That's where you can run diagnostics. The immobilizer could stop working and the car won't start again. This car, with the amount of money it costs, and if you send it to Germany to get it fixed, another 100,000 euros, I don't know how much it will end up costing you. So, you have to be very careful. When this car came into the shop, I told them nobody touches this car except me. So if any damage happens, I will take responsibility and pay for it. Me. Yes, I can't have my employee take that risk now.
Yes?
I can't pay for it, you understand? So, will the cars be there?
Are you bringing yourself, Aftini?
You know what? All the cars, they don't stress me out anymore. Cars, this is what stresses me out.
So just imagine,
It's not about the cost of the car, it's about the work it needs.
it's different how you edit it. Let's say the program, right? So, Jorgos, it was great talking to you. Take care. We made a really different episode with a car in the background, so it was great. That's all I think, he said. We talked about a lot of things that people would be interested in, let's say. I'll put the Instagram below. I don't know what it is. For the website, just go there, enter your details, and it fills out automatically. Do you enter your phone too? Yes, it's automatic. I saw it on my phone. That's it. So, thank you all for staying with me until the end. Let's wrap up a bit.
Us, thank you.
Goodbye.